Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks, and welcome today to another game by me. And today I'm playing in the ELC EVEN 90, one of the smallest tanks in the game, definitely the smallest high tier tank. And today I'm playing on Fisherman's Bay. We're in a full tier 8 game. I'm platooned up with Zhao and S-Man. Zhao is in his ISU 152K and S-Man is in his EBR 75. So, ELC EVEN 90, obviously one stealthy boy. I've come over to the 2 line. I'm going to try and get in some of these bushes and see what we can do for spots, because obviously this thing has absolutely insane camo rating. I sit in my bush, I pick my bush, and this is pretty much where we're going to stay for about the next 3 or 4 minutes, just spotting away enemy tanks. So obviously I do have this thing I can't even speak. Obviously set up like a scout. I believe I have commander's vision system. I have optics, and I don't know what else I have. Possibly vert stabs. I'm not really 100% sure, to be fair. I should probably have looked before, like, you know, I started recording or something. But hey ho, I couldn't be bothered, so here we are. But yeah, it's set up for spotting. Obviously, the camo rating is absolutely insane. I've got, like, I think this tank is nearly at 50% camo. And Zhao loaded an HE round there in the RC152K. And penned the SU130PM for 900 and something, which is gonna hurt his face. Yeah, you can see, sat here spotting, we're up to 1,672 damage. Unfortunately, S-Man is also spotting, because obviously he's in the EBR. He's doing a bit of spotting as well. So we're kind of sharing most of the spotting. Otherwise, I'd probably be up to like nearly 3k by now. I keep looking at the EVEN 90. I believe I probably am spotting him because I have the commander's vision system. So I'm lowering his concealment when he's in a bush. And obviously my my view range is out above 445, probably nearer 500 meters, to be fair. Which, if for any of you that don't know, that might be slightly newer to the game, the maximum spotting distance is 445 meters. So you cannot physically spot a tank further away than that. However, you can have higher view range than that, which means that then anybody within that spotting distance is going to be spotted at a closer range. You're going to then lessen the value of their camo rating, so you can afford to spot them closer if they're a light tank, if they're moving, stuff like that, or if they're a tank destroyer in a bush and stuff like that. And the commander's vision system helps that even more by lowering camo rating while enemy tanks are in bushes or whilst they're on the move. Now, you saw S-Man kind of drive at me there and me move a little bit. It's because obviously we weren't just silent on like Discord at the time, and we were just saying, he was saying, oh, I'm stealing half your spot, and I was like, yeah, I know, but who out of the two of us is having a more relaxing light tank experience right now? And then he said, well, how is this going to be relaxing if I come park behind you? I went, ah, touche. So yeah, that's why I had to move just a little bit, because I thought I didn't think he'd come sit behind me. I thought he was just going to push me out, because obviously at the very start of the video, when the game first started, I don't know if you saw, but S-Man just pushed this thing around. That's because this thing weighs less than 10 tons. You can push it around in nearly any tank possible, and obviously, if you get a chance to ram this tank, 100% do it. Scorpion, left alive on 7 health. I aim, and this is where I actually decide to fire. Unfortunately, Zhao uses his shot, 152mm gun, to do 7 damage, which seems totally totally worth. Now, looking at the state of the game, we've done a lot of damage on this side. I'm now up to 3,500 spotting, which is pretty good. I'm definitely going to take that. So we look like we're doing alright that side. We've still got a decent amount of tank destroyers, but I would say we are definitely losing the town. We've come back up to kind of even, and this is where I make my biggest mistake of the game. I don't really know what I was doing here, because I can't actually kill this guy in a single clip. Even though this gun is a 90mm gun, it only has 220 average damage as opposed to 240 on most tanks. And yeah, I don't know why I went back to try and put that one shot in. because it means I take another round from that 274A, and it puts me down to 200 health. Really poor play there. Like, that was terrible, and that Basante just got his head blown off in the first shot he took. But yeah, really poor play there by me. I should have either just done the drive-by, took the shot, put to him, or not done it at all. Would have probably been the better thing. I see the full health STA1 going after a 274 on 200 health. I'm like, yeah, easy. Our STA's got the... Oh, wait. Oh, dear. You saw the kind of look there where I looked to the side and went, no, did that actually... Yeah, that did actually just happen. Like, the 274 is still alive, and the STA is most certainly not. And that 274 is going to be the bane of my existence for the rest of this game. Zhao shoots me, you know, very friendly. He was just giving me a tap just so I knew that he was still there. Spotted the IS-3A out for RT, and this is where I decide actually that I'm going to fall back, because I'm pretty sure that the 274 is going to push over, try and find me. Obviously, he kills me in one shot. I need 2 shots to kill him. So I come here, I try and find a bush, because I'm believing that the Scorpion's going to die. The Scorpion doesn't actually die, which I'm like, interesting. I'm communicating to Zhao at the same time, saying they're about to push through the town. Obviously, the IS-3 dies instead of the Scorpion, so now it's looking not quite as bad as it was. Our team's not looking in the best way. Our Charioteer, well, was on 100 health, is now dead. G-Saw on just less than 200. Artie, Zhao on full. The Scorpion, who just died to the Su-14 too. And myself on 228 damage. 228 health. I have no idea how the IS-3A didn't spot me. But that IS-3A didn't spot me. We managed to spot him. I'm like, Zhao, can you hit him? He's like, not particularly. I'm like, okay, well, I'll go around and see if I can spot him again. The fact that the 274 is still unspotted and has been unspotted for a while concerns me. Because obviously I've been playing around the middle. So I would have thought that if he'd have poked or if he'd have moved up to one of the bushes, I'd have probably been able to spot him. The IS-3A decides to start pushing up. I want to make sure that I'm spotting him. I do spot him, and then Zhao finishes him off. That was my spotting damage. And then I'm going to move back forwards again. G-Saw pushing across. We're really, really in the shit here. We're really struggling. Zhao finishes him off, which is good. But then I believe the SU finishes off Artie. There we go. And then at this point, this is where I was planning on going after Artie, because when you're in these endgame situations, something you really, really, really don't want is to have Artie left alive. I was thinking about going after Artie, and then I thought the SU-101's going to push up on Zhao, and then our friend in the 274 gets spotted behind me. I assume he thought, as I went down into the town, he thought I was going to go around and try and kill Artie, which is what I was planning on doing. But then Zhao, I was like, I should probably try and support Zhao. Again, I think about going for something because I think, yeah, Zhao should be alright. The SU-101 wasn't full health, so I'll put 1 shot into him, and then I move up. Aim, aim, aim. I've got APCR loaded at this point. Aim, aim, shoot. Yay, we saved Zhao. Oh, Artie killed Zhao. If Artie would have done that a little bit sooner, would have been left in a 1 versus 5. But as it is, we're left in a 1 versus 4. I get spotted by something. The only way I know that the only thing that can possibly be is an SU-130 PM in a bush. The only place he can possibly be is kind of in this E2 kind of area. Zhao also says, yeah, the SU is somewhere on this side. I think pinged like here somewhere. So I was like, I know exactly where he is. The SU saw me go off in this direction, so I'm expecting to poke up in the bush. And there he is. -1 SU-130 PM. And oh look, the cap timer's going off. If you don't like the cap timer noise, I suggest you turn the video off now, because it's going to be a recurring theme for the next 5 minutes. I'm like, right, what is it going to be capping? It could be the 274, it could be Artie if he's pushed his way through the town, it could be the Scorpion, it could be anything at that point. I do have a quick look up in the like K1 position, kind of to see if the Scorpion was still on his last known, although I highly doubted that. And kind of to see if Artie was up there. Because now that we've eliminated here, the only place Artie can kind of be is in this corner unless he's moved. So we know he's over there somewhere. We don't know where, but we know somewhere. 50 seconds left on the cap. I'm now just pretty much hightailing it towards the cap. We do have 3 shells. Like I said, they do have 220 average damage, not 240, even though it's a 90mm gun. 175 pen on the standard rounds, and 215 on the premium. I've got premium loaded, not for the Scorpion obviously, but for the 274A because ill. I push forwards, spot the Scorpion. Scorpion's still on full health. Excellent. So, put one in, secure the reset. Put a second one in, and then I want to try and get this 274 out. Because I'm sure at this point the Scorpion is pinging me saying like, he's this way. Obviously the 274 is the more likely to be able to kill me because I can run away from the Scorpion or even be able to out-traverse his gun. I shoot the 274 and the frontal hull armor of that thing is so troll, it's ridiculous, and unfortunately I just track him. And I'm like, right, I need to get the hell out of Dodge because he is going to come towards me. Thinking about it, he's also going to know if I've run away because, well, if I don't run straight across here, I would probably get spotted if I ran across here. Yes, like I said, the camo rating is really, really good in this tank, but it's not like, it's not proxy range in an open field. Like, you're still going to get spotted from 200-300 meters away if the enemies have got good view range. Like I said, if they have gone above that 4-5 meters view range, they do start eating into your camo, they can spot you at further distances. Moving across, and there we go. The 274 decides that that's obviously the way I'm going to go. I have to go out that way unless I did a loop and looped back on myself, which I could have done, but I decided I wanted to get out and get into the rest of the map because obviously you've got to remember they've still got arty. It's a big thing when you're in one of these situations where it's like 1 versus 4. I get spotted again, which is really upsetting because now the Scorpion knows which direction I'm coming from. I've only got 14 seconds left on the cap. Aim in, fire one relatively clutch, it goes into the dirt. Kind of tap my forward key so that my aim circle shrinks as much as I can. Put the second in and do get the reset on the Scorpion. I now need to dive into the town because again I didn't really have much time to set up double bush. And I get the hell out of Dodge. I think the 274A thought I was going to go backwards and like loop round and go back because he doesn't actually follow me here. And this is where I really wish just here I'd just turned left. Just gone for arty, just very briefly, just or at least seen where he was. And you're going to see why in a second. Once again, that cap timer is still going off, and I've got to drive back all the way around. I'm still kind of concerned at this point that the 274 is chasing me, although obviously this tank is pretty quick. I know that he's not going to be able to keep up with me, and obviously if I get to a certain range, he's not going to be able to spot me. I push kind of forwards here, kind of take a bit more of a aggressive route, try and see if I can spot the Scorpion out a little bit earlier, because I've only got 30 seconds left. If the 274 gets in the cap now, it jumps down to 15, it kind of puts me under pressure, and also there's only 2 minutes of the game left, what, 1:45 now. Unfortunately, no luck. I don't quite manage to spot the Scorpion. I'm assuming he's got a camo net and he sat still. Even here, I don't spot the Scorpion, so he's definitely got a camo net. Be careful to try not to knock down the trees. And boom, there we go. Scorpion, come on. 2 people in the cap. You've got 2 seconds left, Max. Take the shot. There we go. We reset the Scorpion. And then we put 1, and I don't know where it goes. And a second, and we do reset the cap on the 274, but I don't know whether that was just tracks or whether I actually penned him. I do go forwards again to see if the 274 is coming for me. He looks like he is, but then he kind of stops, and that's because I think this 274 is a good player. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked at his stats, but the only way they win now is either by killing me or capping, because if not, I could just run away. But they must know that I'm still here because I keep spotting them. Again, one into the 274's tractor. Can we finally kill this? There we go. We finally get the kill on him. And then we secure 1 into the Scorpion to make sure that he can't reset. The only issue is now we've only got 33 seconds left on the game. And that Scorpion is still alive. And arty isn't anywhere. The issue is, obviously, with the ELC, is the DPM is atrocious. Even though you've only got 660 clip potential, the reload is way too long for that. I decide I'm not even going to bother trying to use double bush. Just finish off the Scorpion. And my only hope at this point is that the arty has decided to come over the mid-ridge to try and come and cap. or something along those lines, and unfortunately for me, he doesn't. The game ends, and Artie still tries it. But the game ends in a draw, and all that is left is Artie. I was so gutted, like an extra 30 seconds, an extra minute on the game, and we could have got Artie. I knew that he had to be in this corner, because it's pretty much the only place on the map that I hadn't been, unless he'd managed to move his way right up into this corner. But my plan was to head through either this way or through the town, depending on how much time I had left. Spot this out. If not, then cap. But we're talking like here, if it was a 20-minute game. But nonetheless, a very good game from me. I was really happy with that. 4 kills, 4,200 spotting, obviously mostly at the start, and 1,900 damage. I would say I carried the game, even though it was a draw, but I made sure it wasn't a loss. I didn't carry it for my team, because my team didn't actually gain anything from it going from a loss to a draw. All I did was screw over the enemy teams that they didn't win. That's basically all I did. So I don't really know why I'm showing you this video. It's a massive disappointment, really. But yeah, so unfortunately we couldn't quite get it. But I'm happy with this video. We also I added this up when I was watching the replay through again before recording the video. I got 384 base defense points. I think that's one of the highest amount of base defense points I've ever got in a single game. It's enough to get nearly, hang on, I need to put nearly 5 defender medals. So, yeah, that's pretty good. Anyway, let's go take a very quick look at the post-game stats. So, there we go, guys. That was, unfortunately, a draw. Wasn't quite an ace tanker, because, I mean, in terms of actually damage and stuff in the game, I didn't do a huge amount. We got 4 kills, which were obviously, like, the last 4 tanks that died on the enemy team. We did 2,000 damage. Again, most of that was to that one Scorpion. So, yeah, obviously we didn't do a huge amount of damage that game, so I didn't expect really to get that. Yes, we did get a decent amount of spotting at the start, but still. 845 base XP, obviously we'd have got a bit more than that for getting a defender. I should say 5 defenders, some stupid like that. Actually, it's over 5 defenders, isn't it? I can't even maths, honestly. That 274 appears to have a very good game from the middle, during that game. Zal did pretty good as well. 3,900 damage, most of that to what I was spotting at the start. We fired 18 shots, hit 15 and penned 12, which isn't too bad in the even 90. Obviously, it hasn't got the greatest accuracy or aim time, especially as well when you set it up. Most of the time in the even 90, obviously, you set it up for camo and view range and spotting, not for combat capacity with, like, everything. I think I have vert stabs on it just so it's got a little bit of combat capacity, but it's not obviously set up with like vents and vert stabs and a rotation device or anything like that. It's all mostly for spotting. We did 4,239 spotting, 100 base defense points. Pah! 384 base defense points, I'll have you know. We travelled 8.14 kilometres, which is enough to drive from one side of the map to the other side of the map 8 times. Just over 8 times, actually. So we did a lot of driving in that game. Bearing in mind that for the first 4 minutes, we sat perfectly still, which is interesting. We also made a decent amount of credits because, you know, Christmas event, I think that, you know, I probably got some credits for someone else as well. So 103,000 credits, even though we do run premium consumable, and I did fire all of my premium ammo at the end because I wanted to try and win the game. But it still wasn't quite enough because, unfortunately, Arta was still alive. Other than that, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Shame we couldn't take it down. But if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Make sure you've got notifications turned on so you know when I upload. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed the video, if you think I'm stupid as well. And other than that, thank you all so much for watching, guys. And I'll see you next time.